What's up guys, it's Cody here, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the top 50 Cydia tweaks that are not going to break the bank because every single one of them is free. So if you guys are balling on a budget, or if you just don't feel like spending any money on some tweaks right now, this is the video that you're going to want to watch. And I'm going to be going over tweaks, themes, widgets, and basically everything that you would want in order to customize your device. So hopefully you guys and gals, based off my demographics, mostly guys, will be able to find something in here that you want to download and install. Now before we get into this, my wallpapers will be in the description below, so be sure to check there. Don't comment on it. It's in the description. Click on the links, download the wallpapers if you want them. All right, well I got 50 things to cover in this video, so let's go ahead and jump into it. First tweak I want to cover is called Marina. So what Marina does is a couple of things. And the first thing you'll see here is down in the dock, it's going to allow you to add several different applications to your dock. So right now I have it set up as 5, but if we go over here into our settings and we scroll down here to Marina and open that up, you can see there are a ton of different options to choose from here. So you have 5 icons in your dock, all the way up to 11 icons in your dock. So you just toggle that on and then respring your device. Down here at the bottom you have additional features, so you can hide the dock, you can hide the dock dots, you can hide the bar, you can hide the dock background, show dock labels in iOS 11, which is not working, unfortunately. I tried that and it's just not working. So it might work on other devices, so if you're on like an iPhone 8 or 7 or 6 or anything like that, you might as well try this out if you want to download it. But there's a lot of options right there that you can read through. Next, let's talk about this theme. It's called ASTERIOS. And I just thought it was like a really nice and bright theme. You can see right here that it doesn't, for some strange reason, theme tweetbot. That hurts my soul. But other than that, I think it's a really solid theme. Has pretty good icon coverage, as you can see right here. Some of the icons on my third page aren't themed, but I mean, it's things like the Sci-Fi Channel, this really old application, Panasonic Image. I mean, these are things that I don't expect to be themed. Probably could just throw those in a folder or something like that, but I like this theme overall. It's a nice, bright, and clean theme. Next, if we swipe over here and we swipe up on our folder, you're going to see all the folder usage information that we have right there. Which really what it's going to do is show you all the space that that folder is taking up. So if you have like a ton of applications in there, this is going to list all of them right here in a little pop-up. And you can copy that information over if you'd like to. But just a nice little tweak to help you manage your storage and know what you have in your folder. Next is a tweak called AVLock. So what this does is allow you to turn on portrait mode right in your native video player. So if we just start playing a trailer here, you can see there's a little portrait mode right there. So you tap on that and it's going to lock it into portrait mode. So even if you go into landscape mode here and you start playing and then you tap the portrait mode, it's going to lock it into place just like that. Pretty self-explanatory, but a nifty little tool if you need it. So the next tweak I want to talk about here is called FUGAP. So if you swipe down on your control center here, there's actually a couple of tweaks at play, but the first one is FUGAP. Now, I'm actually hiding my status bar here with another tweak called Hide Status Settings or Hide Status Bar Settings. I'll be sure to put that in the description. But what this does is get rid of the gap at the top of the screen when you pull down your control center. So just for comparison's sake, you can see that there is a bit of a gap here on the stock iOS. So that's what this is doing. It's getting rid of that gap right up there at the top. Now the next thing that we have here is called ccClearModulesBG. So of course what that's doing is making all of your toggles right here clear. So if you're looking for a different look for your control centers, you can check those two out. Next is AnimationsBeFast. This is a really nice tweak. What it does is speed up all the animations on your device. So you can see right here I've sped up quite a bit when I open up applications and close out of them. So you can see they're quite a bit quicker there as they open up and close. And you can actually set this up to different speeds. So you can see right now it's at 0.25. So if we wanted to go faster, we can make the animations last less time. Same thing for screen wake up and unlock cover sheet. You have your folders. So if we just go all the way to the end, let's go ahead and respring our device here, and then I'll show you how fast all the way to the end. It's probably going to be instant. I haven't actually tested this, but let's go ahead and test it out real quick. So here are the folders. Yeah, so it doesn't even do an animation. It's just literally opening right up, just like that. So if you want to tweak with your animation speeds, definitely check this tweak out. Next tweak I want to talk about is called By Separator Cell. So what that does is get rid of all the lines and all the separators here in your settings. Not necessarily just in your settings, but basically everywhere. So if you don't like that look, then you can go with this and it's going to get rid of everything. So you can see right here, this is where the tweaks stop and this is where my applications start. So there's no space in between these here. And once you install this tweak, it automatically takes effect. You don't have to enable it or anything like that. So a nice little simple tweak. Next, let's talk about Twitter Customizer. This is a really cool tweak. It has a lot of presets, and what it does is allow you to change the colors that are on your Twitter application or in your Twitter application. So if we go ahead and open this up, it should go ahead and change the splash screen here, and then you can see the different colors that we have set up. So there's a lot of different colors that we can go through here. If we open up our settings and we scroll down here to Twitter Customizer, so you have your actual customization all right here. So you have your night themes that you can change right here, and then you have your day themes right down here at the bottom, but you also have your presets. So if we tap on presets, then you can go through here and use these different presets here. So let's just do Onyx real quick just to show you what that looks like. And all we have to do is close out of the Twitter app and then open it back up. So I think Onyx looks really cool too, but a lot of these look pretty good. Let's do one more here. I'll let you guys test the rest of these out. Actually, let's do the Vivid Cerulean, whatever that is. I haven't actually tested this one out. Okay, so that's, maybe I lied. Maybe that was the one that I had set up. But I think this looks really good. So if you use the native Twitter app, I definitely recommend checking this out. It's pretty cool. Next, let's talk about FOLDERUSAGEX. So you can see right here that I have themed my folder to a darker color, and that's due to this tweak. Now also, it's a full screen tweak. So it's going to take the entire screen real estate in order to show your folders. Now you can also change the layout of your icons as well. So I've changed these, they actually have the same layout. It's a 3x5, I believe, but it's a whole lot closer. So all the icons are just a little bit tighter. So you can do that all right here within your settings. So if we back out of Twitter Customizer, and we go over here to full folder X right there, you can see how these settings are set up. Now, these settings are a little bit ambiguous. I don't really like the way these are set up. You can change basically the horizontal inset of those icons right there, or the horizontal padding of the icons. And you have the position right here, the up and down, the title of the folder right there. And this was just not working for me whatsoever. So I just put them all down, and then I ended up hiding it because I couldn't get the title where I wanted it to be. But this is just something you're gonna have to mess with yourself. I just kind of tinkered with it a little bit until I finally got it to an acceptable setup that you're seeing right here. Next, let's talk about SendDelay. So what SendDelay is gonna do is exactly what you think it's gonna do. It's gonna delay text messages when you send them. So if I just type in LOL and I send it, you have a 1.5 seconds to stop it, and I was actually a little too slow. So we can just tap it again, and then it's not going to send. Now you can customize the amount of time that it takes for it to send, or how long it's going to delay, right in the settings. So if we go over here and go into SendDelay, you can see the time frame in which you can change it. So it doesn't require a respring or anything like that. So now we can wait up to 3 seconds before we can cancel it. So a nice little tweak if you accidentally text nudes to the wrong people all the time, right? You better not be doing that. Don't do that. Next, let's talk about MagicBadges. Now, this is a love-hate relationship that I have with this tweak. I like it because it allows you to change the color of your badges that you can see right here. So I've changed it to a purple color, or you can make it take the color of the app itself, so they're all different. But the thing that I don't like about this is when you have large numbers in your badges, which I do for my mail, everything gets really, really blurry. So, or I say really, really blurry. It's blurry enough to where you'll notice it. So like even on 1,000 or 1,500 mail, you can see that I have 50,000 mail up here. So if you don't have ridiculously stupid amounts of notifications on your apps, then this is not going to be an issue. But if you do want to customize your badges like this, you can change it to a few different colors. I'll actually go into it because I was kind of surprised of how many colors you can change this to. It's not very many. So let's go over here to MagicBadges, go into General, and then you have your colors right here. So you can see the different colors you can go to. It's basically the spectrum of blue to pink. That's basically it. You can supposedly take the number away. That doesn't work. But you can outline it if you want to, just by tapping on that. And then if you save it, then you can it'll respring your device and then take effect. So that's basically all there is for MagicBadges right there. You can even make them completely transparent if you want to. Now, a tweak that I can't really show you, but I can tell you about, is called HapticKeyboard. I love this tweak just because it's a free tweak, and I always want a haptic keyboard on my iPhone. So when you're tapping and you're typing, I guess, not tapping, but you're typing, you're gonna get a small little haptic feedback every single key that you press. So that's just one that I really like. Back in the day, this was an expensive tweak. I think it was like $5 from Ryan Petrich, but at this point, it's free. And I love free. Now, Malipo is a nice tweak. What it's gonna do is allow you to change the sound bite that plays when you start charging your device. So I've changed mine. So hopefully you heard that. It took a little time to actually play. I didn't know if it was going to or not. But you can download these sound packs, and I'll just kind of go into it real quick so I can show you some of the sounds that I've downloaded. So I've downloaded the Sound Pack 2 and Sound Pack 3. So you can see all the CAF files that you have right here that allow you to change to. So here's a good one. So every time you plug in your device, it would play that. That was a good one. That was the AirPower one, by the way, the one that I actually set up or played for you first. It's over 9,000! So there's a ton of these that you can go through. It's just kind of whatever, you know, hits your nostalgia funny bone is kind of the way that I went. So there were 3 packs. I downloaded 2 and 3. I didn't really need anything out of the first one. I didn't really like anything out of the first one, so give it a shot if you're interested. Next, we have a really small tweak called Sleepy Time. So what this does is tell you the amount of time you have left before your alarm is going to go off. So if we open up our clock app, you can see I only have one alarm here, but I have it set for 4:15 a.m., which is in 3 hours. So it's basically just telling you, hey, you got this amount of time left to sleep, so you know how tired you're gonna be in the morning. Next, let's go to my lock screen here, and we will open this up. So the first thing you're gonna notice is this purple color, and that's due to a tweak called huePasscode. So you can basically just change the color of your passcode screen right here. The next one is TimeToUnlock. So what that does is allow you to put in the passcode of whatever time it is, and it's going to unlock the device. So right now it's 1:16 a.m. So I would put, oh, I saw my face, I saw my stupid face. All right, so let's swipe up again. So it is 1:16, so I'm going to type in 0116, and it should unlock. 0116. Am I crazy? Oh, it's okay, hold on, sorry. It's 0117. It changed right when I started typing in. Oh man, it got me good. And you can also set it up to where it'll still accept your normal passcode as well. Also here on my passcode screen, I have HapticPasscode installed, so it vibrates every time that you type in something. Next is Melior, and what this does is get rid of that hideous, ridiculous Apple volume HUD. So you can see right here that it's got a nice little volume HUD right there in the top left corner. Make sure not to cover it up while I'm trying to show it to you. That's basically all that it does. Nice little volume HUD. You can actually go into your settings, and there's a few settings or toggles that you can toggle on here. So you can swap buttons with orientation. You have the taptic feedback when you're turning up and down the volumes. You also have the show mute indicator if you want to turn that on. So let's just say that we don't have the mute indicator. Now when we do it, we have the mute indicator right there. So if you've been looking to get rid of your volume HUD, definitely check this one out. Next tweak we have here is called Stygian. So what this does is give you a dark music app. So if we open up our music app here, you can see our nice little dark mode. So if we go into, you know, just different tabs here, different settings, you can see how that looks. I think it looks pretty good. Now the next tweak at play here is called BlueMusic. So what this does is change all these tabs down here to blue, and also it changes some of the little toggles right here to blue as well. And you also have the little scrubber right there that's blue. So pretty simple tweak, but if you want to customize your music app a little bit, you can check both of these out. Now next we have universal mute. So usually when you hit the little mute switch right here, it's just gonna shut off your ringer and turn it to vibrate. But what universal mute does is mute everything. So if you have video playing, if you have music playing, then it's going to mute that. So just for instance here, you can see that's going to mute it right there just by hitting the little switch. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, but if that's something you need, that's how you get it. Next we have AdaptiveColorPower. So what this does is when you plug in your device, it's actually going to take the color from the background of your wallpaper and use that for the battery icon. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So you can see right there, that's what that does. So it looks pretty translucent for the most part, depending on, you know, your wallpaper and everything, but it gets rid of the green charge inside the battery. A little bit more minimalistic. Now another tweak we have at play here in the control center is called NoCCStatusXI. So what this does is, even if you don't have the FUGAP, usually when you tap on any of these toggles right here, you get a little status notification right up here at the top. So if we turn off Bluetooth, you can see there's not going to be any status up there like you would normally have. And just to show you guys, if you're not aware, I'll show you on my iPhone 10 here. Or iPhone 10. Yeah, it is an iPhone 10. I'm an idiot. Disconnecting Bluetooth right there. So that's basically what it's getting rid of. Next is LiveRings. So this is LiveRings right here. This is actually a screenshot because I didn't want to pair my watch with this phone just because it takes forever to do that. So this is actually just a screenshot. But what this does is give a live update of your activity right there on your activity app. So if you use the rings from your Apple Watch and you actually keep track of that, then this is a good tweak to have installed right there because it can basically give you your update at a glance. Next we have MorePowerOptions. So if we go ahead and act like we're going to restart our device, you can see this is what you're going to get. So you have your shutdown, your respring, your reboot, and going into safe mode. So this is actually an older tweak or very inspired tweak that's been around for a little while now. This is obviously a different setup or a different look for it anyways, but still a very helpful tweak if you need all these options at any time. Next is ShieldXI. Now this is a really awesome tweak. It's basically going to be a free version of BioProtect. So if we open up our settings here and we scroll down here to the settings to ShieldXI, first of all, obviously it's going to scan your face in order to get in here, but this is going to allow you to lock down your apps with Face ID, and it's all done for free. So that's pretty cool. So if we just tap right here to locked apps, let's just say that we are going to lock Cydia right here. So then we can pop out of here. I'm actually going to turn on dark mode and we're going to respring our device. So once we respring, I'm going to try to open up Cydia here and it should have to scan my face before it actually opens up. So let's swipe over. So there's dark mode. So dark mode was literally just that blur, I guess. I actually thought it was going to give you a dark little Face ID scanner, but I guess that's not the case. But I think this is a really awesome tweak, and the fact that it's free and, because BioProtect is not, I think this is an awesome tweak. So even if we open up our folders here, it's going to scan too. So really cool tweak. Check it out if you want to lock down some apps. So next, let's talk about Compatimark. So if we go into the Cydia here, you're going to see badges right over here on the right-hand side. These badges are due to Compatimark. So what Compatimark is doing is telling you if these tweaks are compatible with your device. So there's another tweak called CompatiTweak that will give you a banner notification down here at the bottom, but you actually have to go into the tweak info in order to see it. This is actually giving you a badge right here for a quick glance to see, what is compatible with your device. So you can see all these badges right here. Now, it's not all inclusive, to say the least, but it is still a good guide to see what tweaks are compatible and what you want to check out. Now next we have CatchaThief. So what this does is take a picture if you type in the incorrect passcode. Now I don't know if it actually is going to get me because it's trying to scan my face. Okay, so hopefully that took a picture, at least one that got my face. So if anybody tries to get into your device and types in the wrong passcode, it's going to take a picture of it and then it's going to store it in var mobile CatchaThief. So let's just go here. I'm actually already here. Go into CatchaThief. Okay, so that's an older one. So maybe these, oh, here's a new one. Wow, I look like I gained some weight or something. Yeah, but that's me. So that's from just now when I was trying to type in the wrong codes. Now it's kind of a bummer that it saves it here in, var mobile CatchaThief. I wish it would just save it directly to your camera roll so you could just go into your camera roll once you unlock your device and then check it out. Otherwise, you have to literally go through that path in order to see if anybody's tried to unlock your device. Now there's no notification or anything like that, so you just kind of have to check it every once in a while. But still a nice tweak to have if you think people are trying to get into your device. We also have EQE. This is basically a universal equalizer for your music, for your videos, for everything. You just get an application right here, and then you can change up your equalizer right here just by sliding these up and down. I know a lot of people like these types of tweaks, but nevertheless, if you want an equalizer on your device, this is how you can get one for free. Now the next tweak I'm going to show you, I'm actually having issues with it right now, which is unfortunate, but it's a really cool tweak and I wanted to show it to you because it's cool and it's free and I think you guys would enjoy it. So it's called huePip. So it's picture-in-picture for YouTube. And there's a little bit of dependencies, so I'll put all of those in the description. But if you tap on YouTube and let's just say you start playing a video, so what's supposed to happen is it starts playing a video and then I can minimize it. And sometimes it just does that and that's it's known to do that. But if we go do it again, you can see that it's not playing, unfortunately, which is really annoying. But you literally just have to minimize it and then it should play. But for some reason it's not, and that's upsetting. But it is a free tweak. I've seen it work before. I think it's going to work for you. I think it's just not liking one of the tweaks that I have installed. I'll tinker with it some more, and if I figure out the offending tweak, I'll put it in the description. But again, there are some dependencies, and I'll be sure to put those in the description as well. Placeholder is a really simple tweak as well. So what this does is in your settings app, if you open up your settings and you don't have one of these small icons for some tweaks, placeholder is actually going to put an icon there for you. So if you don't have one, so something like maybe Modern XI or no more small apps, that's a placeholder app right there for those tweaks. So it basically just adds an icon where there isn't an icon. So it's a nice little tweak if you want to keep your settings nice and clean. Next, we have a tweak called Date Under Time X. So you can see what that does right there. You have your clock right up there in the top left-hand corner, and then you have the date right underneath it, right up there in the status bar. Now, I also have a really cool notification tweak installed called Modern XI. So if I go to my notification center here, you can see what that looks like. So we just have our notification right here, then you have the app for that notification right up there in the top left-hand corner, just kind of hovering over the notification. I think it looks pretty good. So that's all for Tweetbot. You can see what Instagram looks like. We have Gmail, just regular mail, all that good stuff, Reddit down there. So that's all that does. I think it looks pretty cool. Now these next two tweaks are kind of hard to show because it requires an event to happen, but you can see right here that I have no low power alert installed. So this is going to get rid of those low power alerts. So when you get to a 20% battery, you usually get a pop-up notification. Same thing if you hit 10%. So this is going to get rid of that notification. You won't get an alert when those events take place. And the next one is no low power auto lock. So this one is going to obviously stop low power mode from auto locking your device. So if you're not a fan of that and you use low power mode a lot, you can download this tweak as well. Next, we have a tweak called Vibrate. Now, you guys know that I like that haptic feedback everywhere, so that's what this is doing too. So every time that you turn up your volume or you turn down your volume, each tick is going to give you that haptic feedback. So you can actually customize this of what you want that vibration to feel like or that feedback to feel like, and then you can test it right here. So you might be able to hear this, I'm not sure. It's actually probably pretty hard to hear because it's not very loud whatsoever, but you can see right here that you have a couple of toggles right up here at the top. You can also hide the volume HUD or you can use the Taptic engine. But yeah, if you want the feedback on your volume rockers, you can download Vibrate. Next, we have a tweak called SkinnySettings. So if we open up our settings here and we go into the actual settings panel, there are a ton of toggles here. So I'm not going to go through every single one of these toggles here with you, but if you want to pause the video and take a look at all these, then you can, or you can just download it and try it yourself because of course these are all free. But you can see there are a ton of options that you can do in order to customize your settings right here. You can even change the color of them. the gray background right here. You can black tap on cell settings. And I mean, I'm not even sure what some of these do, and you would just have to go through all of these and test them out yourself. But you can see there are a ton of settings here that you can play around with and just get the look that you want and hide whatever elements you want as well. Now next up we have a tweak called Custom Alert X. So what this does is give you some nice little cool animations on your lock screen when you get a notification when your device is asleep. So you can see this nice little animation that's going around the notch. I wish it was a little bit smoother than it is, maybe some higher frame rates, but it still looks pretty cool. And there's actually a couple more that you can set up too, and there's some customizations that you can make. So let's just go ahead and unlock the device, and we'll come up here. We'll actually turn off the dot animation, but let's try with the border animation here. So here you can see all the different notifications that you can get here. This is a pulsing border animation, so it looks pretty cool. I have the rainbow one set up, so it's taking basically all the colors here. But if we just tap on the screen, then it's going to go away. If we swipe up and we go back into Custom Alert X, we can also do the sonar. So we're going to turn this off, and let's try the sonar out. And that's what the sonar looks like. So there's a couple of different animations that you can set up. I think they're pretty cool. One thing I did notice, I'm not sure if it was exactly this tweak, but my phone was like on fire at one point after, you know, this thing was going on for nonstop forever. And when I picked up my phone, it was really hot. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you do actually get this tweak, just because you don't want your device to overheat. All right, so now let's talk about some widgets here. So this one right here that I've had on my home screen the whole time is called SBEW13. So you can set this all up within Zen HTML. This is going to be, you know, completely necessary, and it's a really great tweak. If you haven't messed with it before, download it, check it out. It's awesome because it's really simple to set up widgets. You literally just tap on, you know, your home screen or your lock screen right here, and then you tap on background widgets, and then all of your widgets are going to be right here that you can select and put onto your home screen. So that's the first one for my home screen. Now this next widget is called SB Mune. So you have your time right here. Now this is obviously redundant with this other tweak right here, so you would probably want to hide that. But you have your time right there, you have your date, your battery percentage, charging indicator, your Wi-Fi, all that cool stuff, and it's all sleek and right up there at the top of your device. So here on my lock screen, I have LS Mune installed. So it just has the date, the time, and the battery percentage right there. So if we go ahead and swipe up and we go into our settings, we can change this out. There's a couple of cool ones that I wanted to show you. A clean clock is pretty cool. Depends on what type of theme you're looking for, but this is clean clock. It looks pretty cool. We also have LS Bolt, which is a nice cool charging indicator. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the lock screen and not scan my face. You can see the little bolt right there at the bottom. So that's pretty cool. Here's another one called LS Ming that I think looks really nice if you had the right setup. And we also have the really simple LS Old School that I think looks pretty nice. But now that I've shown you some widgets, I do want to show you two more themes that I thought about using for this video. These are both free. One of them is called Creamy, so you can see what that looks like. So a nice matte finish for these. Now there's actually quite a few themes that are literally this theme, just with like different masks. I think one of them's called Misty, there's Creamy, and I think there's another one. I'm not sure exactly what the other one's called. I might have it installed. Okay, yeah, it's actually Havenly 2. Now another one that I liked a lot was Slicey, but the thing is it just didn't have a lot of application support. So let's go ahead and take a look at that one. So you can see it just didn't have one for home or TV. The clock application, that's just kind of screwed up for now. You can fix that, but I mean, if it's a look you're going for, then you can definitely make this happen. But I was just looking for something that wasn't quite as muted. Alright guys, that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button, and let me know if you guys liked me going through the tweaks a little bit quicker. I tried to, condense the entire video quite a bit just by not talking as much. So let me know if you guys like this format a little bit better than, me going into a little bit more depth into the tweaks. Just let me know what you guys think. I'm always tweaking these videos, no pun intended, to try to make them most enjoyable, but I also don't want you guys to think I'm like dragging on about something. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. Now, of course, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment in the comments below. If you guys have a favorite free tweak that I didn't mention in this video, be sure to let me know, because I'm always looking for more free tweaks that I can put into these types of videos. And of course, if you guys want to stay up to date with everything Jailbreak, as well as everything Apple or any other tech that I want to cover, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.